It was supposed to be a calm conversation, just two parents figuring out how to co-parent their child. But what started as a tense discussion quickly exploded into one of the most jaw-dropping confrontations fans have ever witnessed. Shakira, clearly at her breaking point, didn't hold back. In a viral scene that's now being replayed all over social media, she accused Scrappy of sending his new girlfriend Brittany money while leaving their son with literal pennies. And that wasn't even the wildest part. Emotions ran high as Scrappy sat there stunned, trying to defend himself. But Shakira came with receipts, accusations, and raw pain. From calling out late-night hookups and exposing alleged text messages, to putting Brittany, the so-called realtor, on blast, Shakira made it crystal clear. She's done playing nice. Fans were left speechless when she reminded Scrappy that they had their child during a threesome and now he was parading around town like she never existed. The family was left divided, and the internet was completely unprepared. Shakira didn't just explode, she detonated. The second Scrappy opened his mouth to say, "You got your baby, you living your life," her eyes narrowed like she'd been waiting for that one line. "What does living my life mean?" she snapped, her voice cutting through the room like a blade. Scrappy looked stunned. "I mean, you take care of your babies?" But she wasn't having it. "Not today. You think taking care of my baby is me just existing? Being a mom doesn't mean I'm living. I'm surviving. And I'm surviving while you out here whining and dining, Brittany, the bottle girl turned realtor." The tension was so thick, you could feel it through the screen. Scrappy shifted in his seat, mumbling something about how their son is still on the titty. Shakira shot him a look so cold it could freeze hell over. "You talking about breastfeeding like it's the reason he don't know you? He don't know you because you're never around."
I could pull up my phone right now. I could pull up my phone right now. You took her on a date, and then you text me after that to come over to my crib to come.
She didn't even raise her voice. She didn't need to. Every word hit like a slap. But Scrappy wasn't ready to back down. "He don't know me, 'cause every time I come around, he looking for you." That's when Shakira dropped the line that lit the internet on fire. "You don't take care of your son? You send Brittany, the realtor, every dime you get, and you send your son pennies." That one sentence repeated, remixed, and memed within minutes became the breaking point for thousands of fans who had been on the fence about Scrappy's co-parenting. They were no longer on the fence. They were in the comments, dragging him, reposting clips, and calling out every deadbeat dad behavior they thought he was showing on screen. But it didn't stop there. Shakira wasn't done exposing him. Not even close. She leaned back and laughed bitterly. "You forgot you texted me after you took her out to dinner? I'd pull up the receipts right now. You think you slick, but you came to my house right after. Same night? I know you remember." Scrappy tried to brush it off, but he looked like a man who knew he was cornered. "You trippin', man. You doing too much? I'm doing too much. Or am I just the only one telling the truth?" Her voice was calm, but it was the calm before a storm. "You keep pretending like I'm crazy, like I'm making this up. But you the one who told your mama I was unstable. Now you out here playing house with a bottle girl who pretends to sell homes." Please. By this point, fans were screaming in the comments. Shakira ate him up. "Nah," she said, "bottle girl turned realtor, and I fell out. Why do these men act like we don't keep receipts?" And then she dropped another bomb. "We had this baby off a threesome, Scrappy. Don't forget that. It wasn't some magical love child. She was out here playing, and you got caught. Now you want to act like you some upstanding man trying to do right by your son. You wanted to do right, you'd be here. Instead, you with Brittany, living like your kid don't even exist." Scrappy looked completely lost at this point. His only defense was to act like none of it mattered. "Man, whatever. You don't even keep it real. You're just trying to make me look bad." But Shakira didn't even blink. "Make you look bad? You do that all on your own. I've been keeping it cute for too long. I ain't the one who ran to a girl with a BBL and a fake job title because he felt insecure. And then came the most savage line of the night. "You with a woman that looked like me, but ain't me. That says everything." It was like watching a live roast. Scrappy was visibly uncomfortable, trying to shift the energy by talking about how he's tired, how he wants peace, how he's one of the most consistent people anyone will ever meet. But Shakira wasn't buying it. "You consistently cheat. You consistently lie. You consistently disappoint. That's the only thing consistent about you." Emotions were running high, and for the first time, Scrappy started to sound like he might actually crack. "Maybe I'm not as valued as I think I should be," he said quietly. Shakira leaned forward. "You're not. At least not by me. Not anymore." That moment was heavy. Fans who had watched them on and off over the years had never seen this level of raw honesty between them. It wasn't just reality TV mess. It was a woman finally saying everything she'd kept bottled up. And a man finally hearing it, whether he wanted to or not. And then Scrappy dropped the self-pity act altogether and got defensive. "You out here acting like I'm the villain when you moved down here for me? You was doing just fine until you started tripping." Shakira stood up. "I moved down here for my son. You begged me to come, and then you left me hanging." Again, the argument spiraled. Scrappy threw out deflections, saying she was doing too much, making things up. Shakira clapped back harder. "You want to cry victim, but you the one who made the mess? And now that it's blowing up, you walking away like you innocent?" The tension hit a peak when she said, "You text me at 3 a.m. for massages, but want to act brand new in public? You still want me? You just don't want the responsibility." Scrappy had nothing to say to that. Nothing real, anyway. He just mumbled something about how he was tired of arguing with women and started to head for the door. But Shakira wasn't done. "Don't forget who held you down. Don't forget who carried this baby. And don't forget that the internet got all the receipts now." As Scrappy walked away, the cameras caught his face somewhere between shame and denial. The internet, though, had already made up its mind. They were Team Shakira. What came next only added more fuel to the fire, and the fans had no idea just how deep the drama would go. The door hadn't even clicked shut behind Scrappy before Shakira whipped out her phone. "You want to play? Dumb, cool," she muttered, scrolling. "Let's remind the world who you really are." Seconds later, her Instagram story lit up with screenshots, messages, timestamps his name, him asking to come over, him saying he missed her, him offering to slide through real quick even though he'd just taken Brittany. The bottle girl out for a steak dinner downtown. Fans watching live nearly crashed her story. It wasn't just petty, it was surgical, and the messages weren't. Even the worst part, one of the screenshots showed a Cash App receipt. $75. The note? For my lil man's diapers. Then another, a Zelle transfer to Brittany. $1,500. The note. Just a heart, emoji. Shakira added a poll. Who should be mad? Me or the baby? The comment section imploded. Fans started calling out Scrappy by name, tagging him, posting side-by-side photos of Brittany posing at Magic City versus Shakira walking her toddler to daycare. "You can't make this up," someone tweeted. Scrappy really out here funding BBLs while his kid got dollar store wipes. But it didn't stop there. Tasha K, never one to stay quiet during mess, reposted the story with her own caption. "See, I've been told y'all he was moving funny. Now look." Then she dropped a bombshell of her own. An old DM she claimed came from Brittany herself. The message, "I know what I'm doing. Scrappy ain't no saint. Let's not act like he ain't been sneaking back to her house every other weekend." Suddenly, the narrative shifted from Scrappy versus Shakira to a full-blown triangle of betrayal. Brittany tried to defend herself with a now-deleted live, saying, "I don't even care about Scrappy like that. He just helps out sometimes." People be making things way bigger than they are. But the internet wasn't buying it. One fan stitched her clip and said, Girl, you posted a whole anniversary dinner 2 weeks ago. You crying over this man on Close Friends, and now you don't care? Please. Meanwhile, Shakira stayed quiet until her sister went live. The sister, a hairstylist in Atlanta with a sharp tongue and even sharper nails, didn't hold back. Let me tell y'all something about Scrappy. He been trash. We just kept quiet because of the baby. But now y'all seeing it too. She revealed that Scrappy had promised to put Shakira in a better... Scrappy, on the other hand, stayed silent. No tweets, no lives, no explanations. But he did post a story. A black screen with just one line. Maybe y'all right. Maybe I am the problem. Fans weren't moved. You think? One wrote. After? Sending Britney racks and your son lint. Shakira, however, wasn't done setting the record straight. In a sit-down interview with a small podcast, she calmly detailed her timeline with Scrappy. She spoke about how they met, how things turned romantic, how she got pregnant unexpectedly but decided to keep the baby, because she thought there was something real there. He cried when I told him, she said. He said he wanted to be there. He said we were family now. And then he disappeared. She didn't bash him. She didn't even raise her voice. But that honesty, it hit harder than any insult. I don't hate him, she said. It's top chum to show up for his son. The way he shows up for everyone else. Fans were in tears. Even critics were applauding her composure. She didn't come across as bitter. She came across as tired. Like a woman who had done everything right and still got played. But then the internet did what it always does. They found more on old Facebook post from Britney resurfaced. Dated months before she and Scrappy went public. Was a baby shower photo. Hers fans zoomed in on the background. There, barely visible, was Scrappy. Was it a coincidence? Was he just a guest? Or had he been playing both sides this whole time? Tasha K reposted it with a single word. Within hours, people were digging through Britney's timeline, piecing together dates, reposting screenshots, even speculating whether Britney's baby might also be his. That rumor spread like wildfire. Memes exploded. Side-by-side baby photos. Conspiracy theories. Scrappy out here building a daycare one bottle girl at a time. Someone joked. But not everyone was laughing. Shakira's single quotes as mother did an interview of her own. Soft-spoken, but firm. My daughter don't deserve this. My grandson don't deserve this. It's not about drama. It's about a little boy who's going to grow up and one day see all this. And what's he going to think? The interview went viral, not because it was messy, but because it was heartbreaking. By now, the public tide had fully turned. Scrappy, once beloved for his realness on reality TV, was now being dragged daily. Fans were calling for him to be removed from upcoming episodes. Petitions started. Hashtags trended. Meanwhile, Shakira's following skyrocketed. Brands reached out. Podcasts requested interviews. Fans were calling her the new face of co-parenting. Reality. But behind all the support, one thing remained the same. She was still dealing with the aftermath, still trying to protect her son from a circus he didn't ask to be a part of. And as for Scrappy, rumors began swirling that he had quietly flown out of Atlanta. Some said he was laying low in Miami. Others claimed he was working on a reputation rehab interview with a major network. But as all eyes remained locked on the fallout, number one, not even the blogs was prepared for what Shakira was about to drop next. The voicemail hit the internet like a meteor. No flashy caption, no dramatic filters. Just a simple post from Shakira's backup page with the words, "Since everybody wanna know." The audio started crackling. Scrappy's voice, unmistakably tired, maybe tipsy, came through. Yo, I know. I messed up. I know I ain't been solid. But you've got to understand, I never stopped loving you. Not her, not nobody else. You, the one I think about when I'm laying next to her every time. I swear, I close my eyes and it's you. Fans went. Feral.repost exploded in every corner of social media. Influencers were reacting live. Tasha K posted a video of herself listening, mouth wide open, saying, "Girl, not him," confessing in a drunk voicemail. But the part that truly burned the internet came 3 minutes in. "I only be with her because I'm trying to keep up an image. That real estate boss looked good on camera. But it's you. Always been you." You could feel Shakira's silence after that. She didn't post anything else for hours, but she didn't have to. The internet was already doing the heavy lifting. Fan pages posted reaction memes. One account stitched together every lie Scrappy had told, from Britney to the "I'm just co-parenting" excuses. People were calling it Scrappy's fall from grace, the audio saga. Britney tried to clap back, posting a selfie with the caption, "Imagine needing to leak old voicemails to feel relevant." But she got dragged so bad she ended up turning off her comments. Meanwhile, Shakira's old friends started popping up. One of her former co-stars on a lesser-known reality show took to Twitter and wrote, "She protected him for so long. That girl really had his back when nobody else did. Saw it myself." By now, the blogs were circling. One Atlanta gossip blog dropped an article claiming Scrappy's team had reached out behind the scenes, begging Shakira to delete the voicemail post. The blog even claimed they offered to handle child support privately if she would stop fueling the public drama. But Shakira didn't budge. Instead, she doubled down. The next day, she posted a family photo, just her and her son, with the caption, "He, all I need." Fans flooded the comments, with blue heart emojis calling her strong, resilient, and the mother Atlanta needed. And then came the curveball. No one expected. An ex of Scrappy's, who hadn't spoken publicly in years, popped up in a podcast interview and casually revealed that Scrappy had once ghosted her too, right after she told him she might be pregnant. The internet paused. Was this another baby? Or just another red flag in a growing collection? Tasha K wasted no time. She teased an upcoming episode titled "Scrappy's Real Baby Count," what he don't want y'all to know. Fans started counting. One with Bambi, one with Erica, now one with Shakira. Possibly one with Britney, maybe even another. People were joking that Scrappy was about to rival Future. Meanwhile, Britney's own past began catching up to her. A Reddit user posted screenshots from years back, comments accusing her of being involved in more than one industry entanglement. One alleged she had a history of sliding into DMs of taken men. Another that she once tried to join Love and Hip Hop via an ex-boyfriend. Nothing was confirmed, but fans were connecting dots, creating timelines, even dragging in cast members who hadn't spoken in months. Scrappy, still silent. But Shakira's momentum only grew. Brands began offering her sponsorship deals. One parenting podcast booked her for an exclusive interview where she talked about postpartum depression, feeling isolated in a new city, and trying to co-parent while being publicly embarrassed. "He didn't just let me down," she said softly. "He let his son down." And I think that's the part people forget when they talk about drama and mess. There's a kid in the middle of all this. The comment section was emotional. People said they cried. Others said they saw their own stories reflected in hers. And just when it felt like the storm might be calming, a new leak dropped. A private group chat allegedly between Scrappy, a producer, and a few cast members surfaced. The messages showed Scrappy venting, calling Shakira a clout-chasing baby mama and claiming she was milking the drama for checks. Worse, one message read, "She lucky I ain't dropped the other receipts." The internet pounced. Other receipts? What receipts? Fans were demanding answers. Blogs were speculating wildly. Some thought Scrappy might have old messages to twist the narrative. Others feared he'd go full petty and drop photos or videos. But Shakira wasn't rattled her. Response: a single story post of her sipping tea. The caption: "Let him try." Even people who didn't like her before were now on her side. Fans started referring to her as Unbothered Queen and made GIFs of her reactions. Her follower count jumped again, but things were shifting behind the scenes. Word started spreading that VH1 producers were debating how to handle the fallout. Some reports said they were considering cutting Scrappy scenes. Others claimed a sit-down reunion was being organized, and both Scrappy and Shakira had been offered a platform to clear the air. Scrappy reportedly declined unless Britney could join him. Shakira, she hadn't confirmed anything yet, but fans were begging her to do it, saying she deserved to tell her story her way. Meanwhile, Bambi, once again, popped up with a cryptic post. Just an audio clip. An old interview where Scrappy had said, "I never want to be the type of man my daughter would cry over." Fans reposted it with captions like, "Too late?" By now, even the men of love and hip-hop were chiming in. A few cast members made vague jokes in their lives. Others shared solidarity posts for Shakira. One even went on record saying, "Bro needs to grow up." Simple as that. But the most surprising twist came from Britney herself. She uploaded a video not live, not ranting, but calm, measured, and teary-eyed. "I didn't expect it to get this far," she said. "I thought he was done with her. I didn't know he was still texting her. I feel played to." Fans didn't know what to make of it. Was she being honest? Was she trying to save face? Or was she playing victim now that public support had swung away from her? Whatever the truth, one thing was clear. The triangle was collapsing. Shakira remained silent for 2 full days. No posts, no likes, no comments, until finally a new post appeared. A teaser clip of her sitting down in a studio, mic in front of her. Her voice in the background low and steady. People always want to know what happened. Here's everything. And just like that, everyone was watching again. The interview premiered on a late Friday night. And it felt like the whole internet tuned in. Shakira sat under soft studio lights, no makeup, just a hoodie and her truth. The first 5 minutes were calm, but when she started talking, was like watching a dam break. "I stayed quiet because I didn't want my son to grow up one day and see his mama messy online," she said. "But I also realized staying quiet was letting people lie on me." The interviewer leaned in, gently asking about the voicemail leak. Shakira didn't flinch. "That was real," she said. "I didn't post it for clout. I posted it because I was tired of being painted like the bitter baby mama when the truth was he never left me alone." She detailed the late-night texts, the pop-up visits, and the promises that he'd leave Britney soon. She pulled out her phone, blurred, for privacy, and read one of Scrappy's recent messages aloud. He said, "You the only one who ever understood me. Britney don't even get half of me. But when cameras come on, he acting like she's the queen of the world." Fans were eating it up. Twitter was trending with hashtags like #ShakiraSpics and #ScrappyExposed. The comments section was flooded with fire emojis, tearful reactions, and fans demanding Scrappy respond. But Shakira wasn't finished. She pulled up financial statements next. "You want to talk about crazy? I moved to Atlanta with a toddler, paid my own rent, never asked for child support. But let me show y'all the difference between what he gives Britney and what he sends for his son." She didn't even need to say numbers. The contrast was obvious. She held up one receipt from a Cash App transaction labeled Son's Sneakers. It was $40. Then another labeled B's Lashes. It was $300. "So yeah," she said, "my son gets pennies and her lashes. Designer." At that point, even the neutral fans were switching sides. And just as the interview hit its emotional peak, the camera cut to a clip never before seen. A phone recording from inside Shakira's house dated just 2 weeks ago. Scrappy sitting on the couch, baby in lap, saying, "I miss this. I miss us." Fans were screaming in comment threads. "He's a whole actor," one wrote. "How you gone be on TV calling Britney your forever, but doing this behind closed doors?" Another wrote, "This man don't even respect himself, let alone these women." Within hours, the interview had been reposted by all the major blogs. Even the Shade Room couldn't resist. Their headline read, "Shakira opens the vault," and Scrappy's reputation may not survive it. Scrappy's silence at that point was deafening, but it didn't last long. By the next morning, he posted a black screen on his story with a simple line. Truth always got three sides. Fans weren't buying it. We got her side, your voicemail, and receipts. What's the third side? Fiction. Someone replied, "Meanwhile, Britney went live, but this time it backfired. In her live. She called Shakira obsessed and claimed Scrappy had been faithful for months." But fans instantly began dropping comments like, "Sis, your man was on her couch 2 weeks ago." One user even screen recorded her live and posted a side-by-side with the video clip Shakira released. Britney logged off in less than 8 minutes. The downfall wasn't just social. Behind the scenes, sources claimed VH1 producers were meeting to decide Scrappy's fate on the show. A new season was already filming, and execs were worried the narrative would overshadow every other cast storyline. One leaked internal message said, "Either he addresses this on camera, or we cut him from the main arc." Scrappy was reportedly furious. Insiders say he demanded to frame the story his way, but fans weren't having it. Online petitions popped up demanding VH1 focus more on honest parenting stories and less on narcissists using women for fame. And right in the middle of that chaos, a bombshell dropped. A blog known for deep dive exposes posted documents suggesting Scrappy might have been in legal trouble over unpaid child support, not just with Shakira, but another woman in South Carolina. Suddenly, the narrative expanded. What started as a single voicemail had turned into a massive timeline of mismanagement, broken promises, and bad faith behavior. Shakira, she was staying booked. Not only did she land a podcast deal, but rumors began swirling that Netflix had reached out about a documentary on co-parenting in the spotlight. With her as one of the main voices, fans were rooting for it. One viral tweet read, "Shakira went from baby mama to boss in 6 weeks. This is a comeback story I'll watch 100 times." And still, Scrappy didn't post anything but vague stories. A clip of him in the studio. A black and white quote about healing, one blurry selfie with the caption, "Working on me." But healing didn't stop the memes. One user made a full timeline from the threesome comment, to Britney's alleged real estate hustle, to the voicemails, the couch clip, and the receipts. Fans were calling it Scrappy's villain arc. Another fan wrote, "This man tried to play everybody and lost the whole board." And just when people thought it might slow down, another cast member, a woman who'd been quiet the whole time, spoke out in an Instagram story. She posted, "I told y'all he was never real. Ask about 2018. I ain't have to leak a voicemail. I got my piece and moved on." The story was gone in 24 hours. But fans caught it. The internet never forgets. Shakira, for her part, had one final move on the weekend. She posted a picture, no filter, no words, of her sitting outside smiling, her son's little hand in hers. The comments poured in. "You won. Bothered. Queen energy. He lost a real one." Somewhere in all of this, Scrappy watched his entire public persona fracture. It wasn't about just the women anymore. It was about accountability. And the public was no longer in the mood to give him the benefit of the doubt. As the drama faded into the next trending topic, fans were left with a new kind of conversation. One about women finally being heard, receipts being respected, and how real life doesn't always match the love and hip-hop script. 'Cause if this was the storm, Shakira was about to become the eye. So now that everything is out in the open, fans are left picking up the pieces of what used to be Scrappy's reputation. From voicemail leaks to exposed texts, emotional breakdowns to alleged secret visits. This situation has spiraled into a full-blown media wildfire. And through it all, Shakira stood firm, proving that silence isn't weakness sometimes, strategy. The truth is, people are tired of men playing both sides. Tired of seeing women painted as bitter while receipts are ignored. Shakira showed that sometimes the quiet ones are the ones holding the strongest evidence. Scrappy might have thought he was moving in the shadows, but the internet sees everything now. And Brittany, she might have to start asking herself the hard questions. 2, because when the lights go off and the cameras stop rolling, what's left is who really had your back. This story isn't just gossip. It's about accountability, about co-parenting, about women refusing to be silent while being publicly disrespected. And as more people tune in, share clips, and talk about what went down, the bigger message becomes clear. If you lie, cheat, or manipulate, it's only a matter of time before someone presses record. But what do you think? Do you believe Scrappy really loved Shakira and just got caught in his own mess? Is Brittany truly unaware? Or is she choosing to look the other way? And should VH1 let this drama unfold on screen or cut ties completely? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you're team receipts. Subscribe for more love and hip-hop breakdowns and turn on those notifications so you never miss the next shocking twist. Because trust, there's always more drama just around the corner.